So hello. My name is Rytro. I'm a runner of Doom Eternal. Today, we will be... Well, by we, I mean me. I'll be going over the Ancient Gods Part 2 100% route. Few things first. I typically run Ultra Nightmare, so I'll be showing you the Ultra Nightmare route. When we go to Classic or Nightmare strats, I'll let you know when we do that. But very little changes. There's not a lot of reload strats that are applicable because spawn limit shenanigans, and also there's like a 3-second pause you have to wait after you get a checkpoint loaded in order to even load checkpoint. So most times load checkpoint strats aren't worth it. And this will follow a restricted rule set. That means no major glitches, we won't be zipping, we won't be breaking the game, we won't be going over invisible walls to skip sections. Version of this category is all combat encounters, or aka ACE. We cannot skip a lot of the combat here. So yeah, that's basically getting to it. What do you need to know before watching this tutorial? I'd recommend you check out Bloodshot's NMG tutorial, specifically episode 0, where they go over all the basic tools you'll need to speedrun this, as well as some of the basic movement tech. I'm going to assume you have a little bit of an understanding of everything we'll be going here. So, for instance, ballista boosting, dash boosts, and tech like that should already have a firm standing. Should already have everything set up. That includes the Doom Eternal speedrunning macro, FPS Limited, as well as binding your jump to scroll wheel. So, here, well, because this is a tutorial, I think we need to jam out just a little, so I'm going to turn the music up, so we can at least have fun while I'm explaining everything. One thing to note, I will have cheats enabled, just so I can show you for demonstration purposes the spawns of where everything is, and also to demonstrate some strats. Let me just boot up Cheat Engine real quick, because of course it was the one thing I forgot to do before I hit the Go Live button. So if I do that, boot up Doom Eternal, and then enable cheats. Cool. I am a filthy cheater. This run is no longer official for the leaderboards. We'll get a bit into it right there. But yeah. Now I know what you might be thinking. Why should I listen to you? What's your background with this category and whatnot? I am currently the world record holder for 100% UN on the second DLC. Other great contenders whose runs I recommend you watch is Frosty's runs. I also recommend watching Bowser's. And those are the top contenders, and they have the most various strats. However, there are other runners who run this game, who run this category. Highly recommend checking them out. They might have a few strats that you can learn from too. Actually, ever since I became verifier for the boards, after watching a bit of those runs, I've actually found a few strats that I implemented and stole that I will use in the route I currently show you. So, if you're in the Twitch chat or if you're in the YouTube comments and I don't explain something clearly enough, please just type a little message in the comment below or in the chat bubble, and I'll try to answer it as well as I can. Alright, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to be playing on Ultra Violence. Why not on I'm Too Young to Die? Well, enemy behavior changes between the difficulties, so if I want the less chance of dying while still being able to show you approximately how AI behavior behaves, Ultra Violence is the way to go. That's because enemies' AI is tied to power, is tied to difficulty, specifically power attacks. Enemies on higher difficulties will power attack more often, so aka enemies like the Bloodmaker, the Marauder, and even the final boss, we will have to, we want them to power attack more often because that gives us more openings to hit them. So, actually, when you talk about it, optimally, this game's probably done on Nightmare, you know, without UN permadeath strats. Okay, so let's load into the game. Alright, we load into the World Spear. First thing you immediately want to do is equip air control. I usually remove the glory kill from furthest away, as this doesn't really increase speed. That's the only thing I change. So we should have faster glory kills, air control, and speed boost after glory kill. This also applies to chainsaws, which is why it's just free time save. Moving on to here for support runes, we got Blood Punch deals double damage. We could do any other of these. I used to run Weak Point for Concussive Blast a little bit, but it's just not too applicable in a lot of scenarios. Like, a lot of time, this support rune is more applicable, because when you get low health, because after you take a lot of damage from enemies, having a Blood Punch to get yourself out of that situation is very good. And at some points, it's just free damage. But if you prefer to run Concussive Blast, that would work. There's not a lot of scenarios that would help you use it. However, it can be helpful on a few occasions. Okay, after doing that, what you immediately want to do is you see all these enemies hanging out over here. We are going to use them to yeet to that bridge. So because, because I waited around a bit, their AI got a bit to the end. So what I'm going to do is load checkpoint so I can simulate like I'm starting a run. You go here. You want to yeet hook off this one, weapon wheel swap out of it, and ideally hit the top of that bridge over there. Sometimes you can't do that because I believe that zombie gave me the worst pattern. It walked towards me. Ideally, it would walk away from you towards the tree. That's like the best pattern. If you can't get this down because you don't have a lot of FPS or anything, I would recommend just doing, well, this is the ideal, and then you head over there. If you can't get this, landing right here is perfectly fine. You want a ballista boost, double dash, and get to this climbable wall. That's the next fastest route. All right. Now, we haven't equipped any of the mods that are really important here. So, on your way over here, you want to make sure to equip the Destroyer Blade. And we are going to go into the first combat encounter. I've turned no target on so I can show you where everything spawns. First things first are these two carcasses. We want to kill these right away. And this will trigger the Shrieker, but if we kill it right as it spawns, Shrieker doesn't buff anything. Next things next will be the Kako over here and the Hell Knight over here. And then here, for demonstration, I'll just kill these people real quick. And then that'll trigger the final wave, which is a Kako there and a Hell Knight there. We lock on the Hell Knight, Arbalest the Kakos. So let me bring my weapon mods back to where they were. Let me show you how I run this combat encounter without no target so we can see it in real time. So here, boost in, charge up a Destroyer Blade, kill, Arbalest. I like to weapon wheel swap here to bring out my rocket launcher a tad bit faster. You can also silent mod swap, but I haven't been able to do that. Then you want to deal with these imps. There should be 4 of them. Boop. After that, ballista boost over here. Just jump right on this corner and head your way to this button. Now, we'll have a lot of downtime here. So at this time, just swapped all of the comfortable mod picks, energy shields, lock on, stickies, precision bolt, microwave beam, and yeah, all that jazz. Okay, next up, we got this close little shield encounter here. The optimal way of dealing with this is first there'll be 2 waves of shield soldiers, there'll be a Hell Knight, some imps, and then a Pinky. Ideally, you want to take as little damage as possible so that you have Blood Punch at this point. If you don't have Blood Punch, that's fine. When you get to the Pinky, you can just Ice Bomb or Grenade and then shoot it from behind. But if you do this, so you want to stand right here. Soldiers come out. They're dead. Just grenade them. They're dead now. There's the Hell Knight that spawns right here. Then there's the Imp Wave. 1, 2, 3, 4 imps in total. Wait for this guy to spawn in. Boop. Then there's Pinkies that come over here. You can just come over here early, throw any grenade or ice bomb you have down at your feet, and then just blood punch your way out of it. It's that simple. I like putting my energy shield up when I'm going from here to here because that prevents you from taking fog damage. Okay, very important. We didn't grab this ammo before in that previous fight. While this door is opening, you actually can't go through it. There's an invisible wall at the gate. So while you're waiting for that invisible wall to drop, grab this ammo, immediately make your way over here. I like waiting right by this door, and as soon as I can move, I get a wall dash off there. Hold on, let me turn on no target for a second so this guy doesn't get in the way. Wall dash, grab all this ammo, and this Baron's our next priority. The reason why we grab that ammo is because this Baron takes a bit of time to jump down, so grabbing that ammo is just free. Now, ideally, we have 2 blood punches here. We won't have Ice Bomb ready, so again, don't worry if it's not up. So what you want to do is have grenades, and basically we're going to immediately shoot this little mine thing, getting it out of its armor. Then we're going to SSG punch cancel it until it just dies. Here. I will actually load checkpoint and just show you how to do all that in one motion. And then we'll move on to the second phase, which we have our first, like, real trick of the run after the meat hook. So we go here. Okay. Just grenade and punch cancel, and he's dead relatively quickly. One thing of loading checkpoint, I don't have that shotgun ammo from last time. I'm going to show you a backup for that. Hashtag I planned that, totally. But after this, make your way over here. Just jump, charge a D-blade after you mantle. Big tentacle creature, take that down, Destroyer Blade PB. I'm gonna turn on no target real quick so I can demonstrate the first real trick of the run. First off in this wave, there's 2 Arachnotrons to spawn, one over here, one over here. But we're going to ignore them real quick because we need to guarantee a safe exit from this arena. Now normally, there's an invisible wall that's blocking us from going. That's the exit of the arena. We're going to despawn that invisible wall real quick while these Arachnos are, you know, just spawning in. So ideally how you would do this is you would ballista jump over here. Oh, you'd get a dash boost kind of like that. Ah, I'm actually getting that. And we're aiming for that monkey bar. Now, normally there's an invisible wall blocking this. However, there's a way to subvert that. So if you get this ballista boost, it's actually sometimes easier to time this with a weapon wheel. Wait till you just hit the, and then dash. If you look down, you can actually grab it from behind, kind of like that. Usually when you're doing that, try to get a shot off on the Arachnotron Precision Bolt. It's just a tiny little optimization. After that, want to grab this. But there's also a backup. I should probably go over the backup for this, actually, before I get into more complicated routing. I'll show you the backup strat because the backup strat loses barely any time. So you do here, you do the rest of this and count, you know, just as we did. Okay, well, he's dead now. Cool. Grab this ammo, move up here, Destroyer Blade. All right, that thing's dead. I turned on no target. So if you mess this up, say, unfortunately, like, oh, you messed it up, don't worry. You can just meat hook off this Arachnotron. Shoot it on the way out, too. That's the, so use that, I'd probably, to be honest, use that Arachnotron meat hook more common than you do, actually nailing the strat. Is actually kind of hard to get the strat. Grab this orb. It's actually a bit important. Break this wall. This despawns all the invisible walls I was talking about. While this soldier's coming in, flame belt, shoot him. You may notice we grabbed an orb, so we're at full armor right now. So if we flame belt and shoot him, we're guaranteed to get a blood punch. Blood punch is actually really good for punch canceling and killing things quickly. Moving on. You want to get out of here. You want to kill both Arachnotrons, which they'll be somewhere around here at this point. And then this Baron spawns in when you kill one of them, but you want to make sure to kill both. Like I said, if you miss that ammo over there because you're a nincompoop, and you just forgot, or you don't have the route down, there's backup shotgun ammo right here that you can just grab and pick up on your way to get to this Baron. Deal with this Baron same way we did the previous one, except you want to ice bomb here because we have full health right now. Ice bombing things drops health, so we can charge blood punch by doing damage while we're doing our punch canceling. We can hopefully get more blood punch as we're killing this Baron, making it die just a bit faster. All right, let me show how we do this encounter in real time. Wow. Okay. Boop. Dead, dead. Tentacle. Ah! I hate this game sometimes. It sometimes just be like that. So you go here. You didn't see that. Of course, it's going bad for demonstration purposes. He's on a jump pad. Let's go. Okay, after he's dead, BFG. And now we cleared out that wave. We're going on to the next phase, which is 35 imps. You heard me right, 35 imps. We don't have a lot of ammo because we haven't chainsawed yet, so we need to get a chainsaw during this encounter, and we also need to kill a lot of imps along the way. Best way to do this is Destroyer Blade, and you try to line them up like bowling pins and hope the Destroyer Blade bowling ball just knocks them all down and kills them. Best place to do this is in this corner that I'm standing. There's 3 lanes of long sight lines that you want to constantly aim Destroyer Blades down. Anytime an enemy gets close to you, sticky the ground, precision bolt them, throw a grenade at your feet, just basically get deal with them. And right before we kill them all, we want to make sure that we leave one of them alive so we can meat hook off them to exit the arena a bit earlier. I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So, get on these lanes. So this... You can see how they group up all in a line. I'm going to get my chainsaw now just because one of these imps were close. And then I see that there's 2 left. I immediately just hook off one and leave. Oh. Make sure to kill them before you leave. Because this is a counted combat arena, you do need to kill everything. You can tell the combat arena is finished. Double check yourself, because this meat hook point will turn red. This jump pad will turn off. That's how you know that you finished the encounter. Okay, once you get up here, ballista boost, pick up this one chainsaw, and now we're on to this next encounter. After killing this imp and 2 soldiers, you need to kill 8 imps. Just precision bolt, sticky, do whatever. Make sure, count in your head a bit to 8. Once you get to 8, get over here, throw an ice bomb at your ground, and you kill 2 whiplashes with that Destroyer Blade lineup. I freeze one of them just to make sure it can't move or get out of the way, so I can kill everything. Once you do that, just clear whip the imps, and you're done. Oh, except for that imp. Congratulations. As soon as you're done killing all imps in sight, you want to go over here. Pick up this radiation suit. There's going to be 3 Hell Knights. Their spawns are perfectly consistent. 1, 2, 3. And they're all dead. Immediately after, ballista boost, jump over this Dread Knight's head. We know where they're going to spawn. One thing we do get ammo from barrels. So if you ever see spare barrels during movement, make sure to just shoot them. It's literally free ammo. Try to carry a B-hop chain all the way over here to this BFG. As soon as we pick up this BFG, 2 Mancs are going to spawn. Invisible walls are going to spawn. We're going to have to kill the Mancs before we leave. So, what you do is charge up a D-blade, throw 2 grenades at their feet, and fire a Destroyer Blade. They should be dead. For an advanced way of leaving this encounter, you can ballista boost up, jump, and go here. If you're not confident in your ballista jump game, you can always just come out here and fling on this meat hook. Just kind of like that. So once you get up here, assuming you do the advanced route, normally you just meat hook if you're not. You do 2 boosts, B-hop chain, jump off that meat hook point, ballista boost downwards, and you're here, finished. If you're not too comfortable with that, there is a backup for that as well. You can go here, jump off this meat hook, hook onto this, jump off there, and dash on. Relatively straightforward, doesn't require any ballista. So if you're low on ballista for whatever reason, like you don't have enough ammo, just feel free to always use the second meat hook. Alrighty. Next part, we meet up with our favorite doggo. And he's going to jump into a fountain. All right, I'm gonna turn on no target here for demonstration. What happened? Actually, I'll turn on God mode too. So, normally, you know, you'd stand inside the purple goo. But for now, we're standing outside it, mainly just because purple goo really affects your ability to stay alive because it reduces your mobility. It's actually way easier to deal with this encounter if you're outside the purple goo, on the stairs, and just shooting from the outside. You'll take damage over time, but you can mitigate this by flame belching and ice bombing things. We want to save ice bomb, but use your flame belch. So basically, as soon as these things spawn in, what I do is I throw stickies down in kind of like a pentagram shape, trying to cover as much area of the purple goo as possible. You want to finish this wave completely. There's the Shrieker. If you hit the Shrieker, don't worry, nothing else spawns in for a little while. So let me turn off no target and I'll just shoot here. Everything seems to be dead. Then I try to time right before that wave spawns, firing stickies, and then you want to precision bolt everything in the head, killing the fodder. Next up, this Mancubus spawns in. As soon as it spawns in, you can just chainsaw it. We save the chainsaw so we don't have to deal with this, and we can, you know, not hurt the Shrieker because we tactically chainsawed this. If you get Mr. Presidented here, that just happens sometimes. You just gotta live and learn and then deal with it. Then we save Ice Bomb for this chunker right here. Bam. Just 2 SSG blasts is all it takes to kill it. So let me load checkpoint, and I will restart this from the beginning and show you exactly how we do this. Okay. Now let's do that in real time. Wow. You gonna hop in there, doggy? Thing to note, the closer you are to the dog, the more likely it is to hop into the fountain. So yeah, just do that. Boop, 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 boop. Spawns in. We got the front-facing glory kill, which is actually unfortunate, because that means if you chainsaw a Mancubus from the front, it also explodes at the same time. That's why we try to chainsaw it right as soon as it spawns in, so we can chainsaw it from the back, so it doesn't explode and trigger the Shrieker. If you do trigger the Shrieker, best of luck there, buddy. Just SSG and PB the other Mancubus till it's dead and hope you don't die. That's basically the advice I have for you. As soon as this Mac's dead, just deal with these zombies in sticky and PB fashion. Make your way up to this door during the meantime. I'm going to turn on no target for demonstration purposes. Oh, you were supposed to go. So funny. They spawned at this orange wall. This phase, there's quad damage spawns and 4 Mancubi. Our objective, kill all 4 Mancubi as fast as possible, and then clean up the imps. What I typically do is while I'm here, I start charging a D-Blade, and then I B-hop down here, pick up the quad damage, Destroyer Blade these Mancubi, and then SSG the other ones. Alright, I'm going to turn off no target so I can demonstrate how to do this encounter. You don't get to retry this encounter if you're running Classic, because if you load checkpoint, you will skip this encounter because there's no check... Because the encounter just doesn't trigger on a low checkpoint. It's super weird. But luckily, it's not too complex. So you can just do this. Destroyer Blade, 3 ticks, SSG, SSG, deal with everything. PB, sticky until it is done. And then bam. Congratulations. So here you can build a B-hop, jump, and then ballista boost over here. To where we pick up the hammer. The hammer, honestly, best part about this run. There's a lot of cool hammer routing that we do, because unfortunately, it gives us, well, I guess fortunately, it gives us ammo. So that means if we are low on ammo, we don't have to find a pickup. We don't have to chainsaw. Another option is that we can hammer. And that's really where the depth of this run and its routing comes into play. So, pick this up. We ride the elevator. And we go into this next encounter. I'm going to turn on no target for demonstration purposes again. So, 4 revenants spawn in. We need to kill 3 of them to trigger the next wave to where we'll BFG. My route typically, lock on this one, get out of ballista, make sure to shoot this rev in the weak point, because destroying a weak point charges the hammer. We need to destroy 2 weak points by the last phase of this encounter in order to do a hammer strat I have. Afterwards, just get up close, SSG it. You could do this with the ballista, however, it's more consistent, or excuse me, you could do this with the heavy cannon precision bolt shot, but it's way more consistent if you use ballista because you deal more damage. It rev more likely dies the SSG shot. After you kill him, you want to get into this corner. There's the Kako, BFG, and immediately this Arachnotron will spawn. There's a split second before it gets infected by a spirit, and during that split second, pump an SSG shot into it. That SSG shot will do regular damage rather than the reduced damage it would normally take to a spirit, and just SSG PB rotation this thing till it's dead. This spirit will try to possess the other Arachnotron, precision bolts the turret, and then do a lock-on to finish it off. You could also use this to set up a slob that is faster. Then during this rocket barrage, find something to chain. Well, hammered there. You want to find something to chainsaw during that section, and also destroy the spirit. So chainsaw into destroying the spirit right away. This is the final phase. There's 2 tyrants, and also that Hell Knight. Typically what I do is I freeze bomb this tyrant, set up a slob, then just SSG PB rotation it to death. Or you could also SSG punch cancel. Kind of doesn't matter. I actually would recommend SSG punch canceling this because you ice bomb it if you're at good health. There's a chance you can get an extra blood punch with that, and that's just free damage. Afterwards, we lock on this Hell Knight to death, and then we hammer this tyrant and just alpha rotation it to death. Cool, 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 cool. Let's load checkpoint. I'm going to show you how we do that in real time. That's going to be such a meme by the end of this tutorial. I'm going to say that so often. So, lock on. Okay. BFG. Slob. Chainsaw. Sometimes fodder locations can be rough because there's not always fodder around to catch. Okay. Congratulations, dead Hell Knight. Oh, this tyrant's over here. Didn't get stunned by the hammer, so my hammer strat and routing was completely useless, actually. But they're dead now. Now there's just imp clear up. Kill every imp you see. Congratulations, we finished that encounter. All right, let's move on. Ballista boost out of here. I like doing 2 in those locations. We have these stone imps. Fun fact about stone imps. They're actually a reference to Under the Mayo because you have to use full auto to kill them. But Mayo will be very disappointed because we're going to Destroyer Blade nearly every Stone Imp or Energy Shield bash them with an exploit. There's a reason they patched this out of the game. So if you want to run this game, make sure you're down patched to version 5.0. You can find out how to do that in the Modern DOOM Speedrunning Discord. But typically we start off Destroyer Blade these 2 imps. It only needs 2 ticks to kill. And then kill these soldiers. Next is the phase of a lot of stone imps. This is a lot of RNG. All these stone imp spawns are RNG. My general strategy for it is charge up a Destroyer Blade, fire here while picking up this hammer. Typically, at least 1 stone imp spawns here. You get out your energy shield and start bashing away on stone imps until it runs out. After it runs out, hammer to kill as many stone imps as you can, because they also die on one hammer, then chainsaw stone imp. After that, your energy shield is recharged. Start bashing away until you get till the phase is finished. It's variable how many stone imps can spawn here. It's between 9 and 11. So luckily, if you're lucky, only have to kill 9. If you're unlucky, it's 11. Let's load checkpoint, and I will show you that for demonstration purposes in real time. So Ballista boost, boost, boop. So I killed 2 there, 2 imps, 3 imps, 4 imps. Oh, fun fact, mantling keeps your energy shield charged. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Any more imps? I think we're good. Oh, no, we're not. This one was hiding back here. Sometimes that happens. All right. For this next area, I'm going to show you a couple different ways of doing this. First way is the fastest way. It's the way I use. You need to double ballista boost off this monkey bar. What you do is you just boop, jump like that. It is actually a bit precise on the timing. So I recommend if you're just trying out and you don't want to, and you're not able to get this, there's an alternate strat here where you can go from the monkey bar. Boop. And you can just ballista jump over here. It is a bit tight on the timing as well. Okay, I can't do basic movement. I've been doing the speedrun, I forget how to do casual movement. You can also jump off of this and get there as well. This column has jumpable collision. You can't stay there because it'll slowly try to move you off, but you can just use it. Okay, after you get up here, ballista boost, and we're going to do a cut speed here. This cut speed is actually a bit trickier than other cut speeds in the game. You want to dash into it while holding W. During the cutscene, you want to skip the cutscene by holding R, let go of W, then get back onto holding W while holding your macro to B-hop. And if all goes according to plan, you conserve your speed and you can go into the next area with lots of it. Now, you don't get retries at this because like a checkpoint happens immediately as I get through the gate. So if I miss it, feel free to check out one of the VODs I have where I do it. I believe I get this in my world record. So check that out if you want to see exactly how that goes. All right. So let me try to do this. Hope I can nail it for the tutorial. Bam, nailed. You want to charge up a D-blade. Bam, 2 revenants, immediately dead. But let me turn on no target. So these 2 revenants spawned here. We charge a destroyer blade while we B-hop to basically kill them. So now there's 4 specters that spawn, 1 over there, 1 here, and 1 over there-ish. First things first, we want to kill 3 of them as fast as possible. We start with this one, move on to that one, move on to that one. At that point, a stone imp will spawn, energy shield bash it. By then, the 4th specter will find you because they chase you down, of which we kill the final stone imp after that specter, who will be around there if AI goes all according to plan. So let me turn off no target and show you how it's done. Oop. Dead. And we picked up a hammer. Hammer the stone imp just for instant death. All right, next phase. There are 2 Arachnotrons and 2 Dread Knights that spawn. The next wave is actually dependent on both the Dread Knights being dead. So what I like doing is kill this Dread Knight, kill this Arachno, go to kill that Dread Knight. Now it'd be faster to kill both Dread Knights immediately at once. However, that isn't quite feasible because they're just so far apart. Probably line up a Destroyer Blade if you're really good about it. Maybe a second or 2 is time save if somebody wants to route this out and do it better than me. I believe you can, though. So usually what I do, slob this Dread Knight, PBSSG this one to death, go over here, Ballista boost over. Grenade, lock on, kill this Dread Knight. And then kill this thing. Make sure to destroy its turret. At that point, a Baron will spawn in, of which we want to shoot its weak point, hammer, and just SSG PB swap it to death. One thing to note, if you have extra Blood Punch, feel free to spend it punch canceling here. However, make sure you have 1 Blood Punch by the end of this encounter. So only use 1 Blood Punch if you have 2. Or if you have 1, don't use it at all is what I'm saying. Okay, let's do this encounter in real time, show you exactly how it all goes down. And dead. One thing to note about routing at the end of this encounter here, if you didn't get a lot with your hammer, you will need to chainsaw for extra ammo for a strat coming up. If you're new to this category, I recommend just always getting a chainsaw after, and then you'll kind of feel it out when you should get the chainsaw. So let me find some fodder, get a chainsaw. Bam, we should be done. As a note, there's 2 stone imps as well at the end of this encounter. Those need to die as well. Hopefully, they die in the hammer. Okay, I'm going to show you this next trick, which is a cool bit of ballista boosting. This is an advanced strat. What you want to do is you want to line parallel to the trajectory of this jump pad here. What we're going to do is we're going to ballista boost 3 times. 2 in the direction, and then the last one aiming at that tree. And if we do it right, we end up on top of here to where we can just continue to move. If you're super cool, you can carry a B-hop right on top of that, getting all the way to the ends. But if you're not as good with ballista boosting or you can't get it down, all you gotta do is just do the casual path. I know how to do the casual path. And then jump on this corner and jump on this ledge. That's basically all you gotta do. Cool, 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 cool. Now, moving on, we're on to the next phase. There's a Cybermank, PB, Rocket, SSG, Blood Punch. That's an instant kill for any Cybermank. This is why we wanted Blood Punch. Then we have 3 soldiers. Deal with them however you wish. PB, sticky them, lock on this Hell Knight, and you're done. If you're playing Nightmare and you're scared, there's a few extra lives there. I'll grab these because this is a tutorial. However, as soon as you kill this Hell Knight, just ballista boost and out of here. If you're cool, you can chain a B-hop chain like this by grabbing that collectible. Grab that BFG, and you are on your way. If you can't chain a B-hop, here's the strat I recommend. You just ballista boost and meat hook onto that. Now, very important for this meat hook, you want to make sure you're close to the wall as possible so that you can grab that BFG and dash out of here. If you can't grab the BFG because it's just not working for you, you can always just get up here, dash, dash. All right, next encounter time. So, let me turn on no target. So first thing you want to do as soon as this encounter spawns, shoot 2 of these barrels. Why do you shoot the barrels? Well, if you shoot the barrels, you get ammo from them. If the enemies shoot the barrels, you don't get ammo. You don't get jack squat. So we want to shoot the barrels purposely so that we make sure we get ammo. Afterwards, I like just sticky bombing everything here. Sticky bomb, send like 2 down this way. There's another wave of imps, 2 down this way. I actually just unload the rest of the sticky magazine here because imps spawn immediately after. And then come here, precision bolts, 1 of them in the head, that kills everything. Then the wave of pinkies spawn. 6 pinkies spawn. It's random how many spawn each side. You can occasionally get all 6 spawning on one side of the barrier and then none on the other. Get 4 and 3, or excuse me, 4 and 2, 5 and 1, etc., etc. You have to kill them all at one point, so what I like to do is ice bomb and then PB and rocket until it is done. Throw a couple grenades in there for fun. As soon as you're done over here, typically, these pinkies will be rushing you. But there's blood punch pickups here. So what you want to do is make sure you scoop up 2 blood punches if you don't have any already. I just do it out of habit. Blood punch both them to death, and then just kill the other pinkies however you can if they're still surviving after that. Let's load checkpoint and do that. Say it with me in real time. So grab this. Ballista. Bam, bam. Just kill these dudes. And now all these guys need to die. Well, I just got a punch boost. That's cool. And yeah, that's what you do. Now, on your way out of this, you should be at full ammo because everything exploded. You'll have a bunch of ammo. Scoop up the remaining 2 blood punches. We'll need them for the next encounter and get on your way. Now here, we normally jump here, but we're just going to skip this platforming with a ballista boost. One thing really quick, it's easy to bump your head on the ceiling. To do that, you want to delay your second jump a little bit so that you just don't bonk it. Because if you don't delay your second jump, this will happen, and you just won't get up. So after that, make your way to this escalation encounter. Woohoo! And if you thought the combat routing was complex, this is where things really ramp up. There is so much precise routing that goes into here, and I'll try my best to explain it all. But basically, the thesis statement of these next few encounters is Destroyer Blade, Destroyer Blade, Destroyer Blade, Blood Punch, Glory Kill. Alright, let's see what I mean. So I'm going to turn on No Target, just to let you know where things spawn in. There are 2 Cybermechs over here. Woo! We're going to deal with these Cybermechs first, and there's also 4 Whiplashes that spawn. I'm not going to show you their spawn locations because they're not really important for my strats. If you want to know, they're like over around there-ish. And there-ish. They're around the arena is what I'm saying. What you want to do is we want to actually get glory kills on these Cybermechs. How you do that is you want to stand about a foot away, SSG, Blood Punch. Then jump, glory kill. Reason why you jump in glory kill, because the jump glory kill animation is way faster than all the other glory kill animations. So just jump real quick before you glory kill. Do the same thing with this Cybermech. Now, why are we getting glory kills? Aren't glory kills typically slow? And yes, you'd be correct. However, we want the Whiplashes to come to us so that we can line them up for Destroyer Blade. So while we're waiting for them to all get in a neat line, we're getting some free glory kills out the way so we can get a free hammer charge. Okay, I'm going to turn off No Target to simulate them coming to here. So we got 1. We're going to wait till there's at least 3 Whiplashes. There's 3 Whiplashes. They didn't die. And now we move on to the next phase. I'm going to turn on No Target. 1 Whiplash is alive. That's perfectly fine. We don't lose any time if we don't get 4 Whiplashes. Instead, we only get 3. Next thing is they spawn in 3 Cacos. 1 Caco, 2 Caco, 3 Caco. While they're spawning in, get another Destroyer Blade charging up. As soon as you get 3 ticks, you're going to hit both these Cacos with 1 Destroyer Blade. Sometimes if you're lucky, you also get that spare Whiplash that you missed. So, do this. Then, after you Destroyer Blade them, lock on that last Whiplash and also lock on that last Cacodemon. And this will trigger the second to last phase. So, in a second... oh, wait. Actually, no, wait. I forgot. There's Hell Knights that spawn in, too. Sorry, I typically go on autopilot. 2 Hell Knights right here. While we're killing everything with lock-ons, those Hell Knights will be coming right at us. We're going to do the same thing. I've tried to line up a Destroyer Blade for them. You might not have enough ammo during this, but luckily, before the Hell Knights get here, you can typically sneak in a chainsaw. So, turning off No Target, getting the chainsaw. Wait for a Hell Knight, throw a grenade at their feet while you're waiting for the other one. Alright. This other Hell Knight is just not playing nice for some reason. Where's this other Hell Knight? Please. Sometimes that happens. Oh, I should mention, this is actually good for demonstration purposes. Sometimes the Hell Knight's AI kind of glitches out, and you'll have to find them. Oh, but I guess that wasn't the case. They were just taking their sweet while getting there. So, hypothetically, let's say you killed the Hell Knight. Bam, dead. If you weren't able to sneak in that chainsaw because the Hell Knights were too quick, as soon as you kill the Hell Knights, you can actually sneak in a chainsaw before these pinkies spawn in. So that's where you want to get the chainsaw if you didn't get the first one. First things, this is the second to last phase-ish. We want to kill 3 pinkies. Let me shoot you. Thank you. I'd go for this one. This one also spawns in. It's my second target. While you are... fun fact, this thing will try to jump up onto this ledge. So if we let that happen, it has an animation where it does that. You can sneak behind it and get a free SSG shot from the back. That's typically what I wait for. If you miss this, throw a grenade at its feet, then shoot it from the side. You can also waste 1 blood punch if you want. So then I typically save the last blood punch for this person. We got 3 pinkies dead. And now, the last phase in, this Baron spawns in. We're going to BFG to clear the arena. However, this Baron does not like dying to the BFG. So what we're going to do is we're going to weaken him a little bit. So while he's spawning in, get by this jump pad. We want to set up a slob, do 2 lock-ons, get into this back corner, line up a BFG, fire it, end the encounter. Should end it nearly instantly. All right, I'm going to load checkpoint, and we're going to do that all in a row. One thing to note with these glory kills, make sure you don't stand point blank with the Cybermanx, because then you'll deal too much damage in their die. You want to be a little bit of a distance away. Chainsaw. Boop. Oh, that guy didn't die. Now we wait here for a sec. 1. Wait for this mantle. Die. Sometimes this pinky stands over this jump pad. Take out your energy shield. Just block it for a bit and BFG. Oh, that shield nearly got it. Nearly got me. And escalation encounter done. Hope you like more tight combat routing, because we just got a lot. Because we have the second part of the escalation encounter to do. Make sure during that whole, after you BFG, swap to Arbalist right away. I'm going to turn on no target so that y'all can see all the spawns. But basically, we got a bunch of Cacos and Pain Elementals. We have 4 Cacos, 2 Pain Elementals. Bah, Caco, 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 Pain Elemental, Pain Elemental. The routing I have here is, this is the first Caco, second Caco, third Caco, 2 at the Pain Elemental. You immediately hammer. Typically, when this happens, they'll all be a bit closer so that you can gain a lot of ammo. I can't necessarily do that because I have no target on. So here, let me demonstrate the first part of the fight, because it's actually something that relies on their AI moving towards you. So I feel like I can't really give it a proper demonstration with no target. So let's just see how you do that. 1, 2. Love aim punch. If you run out of ammo, just hammer a bit early and deal with everything. As soon as this phase ends, get a chainsaw, because you have time. Because guess what? We're gonna set up more destroyer blades. So no target is on right now. 2 Hell Knights just spawned in. They're there. There's also 3 Hell Knights on that side of the arena. We're going to stand up on this platform, the destroyer blade platform, and take them down. So you're gonna do this. Very important that you get 1 glory kill on these Hell Knights while you're waiting. Throw grenades to stagger these Hell Knights so that they don't instantly kill you. 1 Hell Knight is not finding the party. This Hell Knight sometimes bugs out. You just got to go find it. I'm going to turn on no target for this next phase. got 2 Mancs and 3 Cyber Mancs. Of course, we're typically going to be over here by the time the encounter ends. And, oh look, they're in the same position as last time. We're going to set up the glory kills the same way we did on the previous ones. Except you get 1 glory kill on there. Next, PB Rocket, SSG, Blood Punch. They should die. I guess what that SSG did like no damage. And then we're going to deal with these people over here. What you want to do is I like slobbing this one. And then I will throw, or excuse me, I will Ice Bomb these 2 then. SSG, this, Blood Punch, SSG, kill this guy. As soon as you're done with this phase, Archviles spawn in. But we have a hammer, so we can just hammer to stun lock this Archvile so it can do nothing. As we SSG and PB rotation it in the head. Cool. Oh, look, we have another Archvile over there. I use grenades, 1 grenade, and then slob this one to death. Completely dead. After that, that will trigger the next phase. Now, because of reload checkpoint shenanigans, I actually don't have this hammer here, but you would typically pick up this hammer. Here, I'll get a couple glory kills to simulate me grabbing the hammer. This is the final phase. 2 Tyrants, 2 Doom Hunters. 1 Doom Hunter over here, 1 Doom Hunter over there, Tyrants over here. We're gonna deal with the Tyrants first. We set up a Destroyer Blade, and then as soon as these spawn in, fire the Destroyer Blade, throw your last grenade at this Tyrant right after the Destroyer Blade hits. If all goes well, you can completely stun lock this Tyrant. It will not get a shot in. Next thing's next, you dash over here, hammer, stun lock this Tyrant so that you can just kill this completely. Bam. Now you're out of hammer at this point, and this is where the cool hammer rowdy comes in. There is a hammer right here on the way to this Doom Hunter. We loop to pick up the hammer, hammer this Doom Hunter, SSG PB rotation it, lock on, and kill this thing. Then you go over here. Hopefully we'll have a Blood Punch. If not, just throw something at its feet until it's dead. PB rotation it, and Blood Punch, and just kill this and finish it off, and you should be good. After that, get a chainsaw on the final fodder, and then clear it up, and you're good with this escalation encounter. I'm gonna load checkpoint so we can see how we do this encounter in real time. Okay. 1 Caco, 2 Caco, 3 Caco, Pain Elemental, Hammer, Pain Elemental, Caco, Chainsaw. Try to get a Destroyer Blade on these Hell Knights. Missed one, that's fine. I can just line up and get that one with the second D-Blade. Glory kill. Boop. Slob. Get this Archvile with a hammer. Slob this guy to death. Cool. Now I don't have the hammer here, so I guess you can do this if you don't have a hammer. Just do approximately what I'm doing. Although this Tyrant becomes a bit scary as you don't have anything to stun him. You'll just have to dance around him. Hammer. You. Typically oh, I do have a grenade here, so I'm not going to get a glory kill. Getting a glory kill on that Doom Hunter is perfectly allowed if you need it, because it will just make dealing with this Doom Hunter a bit easier. What I like doing is I like getting a glory kill on this last Doom Hunter because we're going to need Blood Punch in an upcoming encounter. Kill all these fodder, and you're out. Congratulations! Both escalation counters down in only like 30 minutes, was it? For that encounter alone? Okay, people. After that, Ballista boost your way over here. Then you can just grab onto this meat hook, do a 180 boost, and come over here. Alright, no target is on. You got a turret and this Armored Baron. Deal with the Armored Baron first. I like ice bombing it because I'm typically at high health during this time. If I ice bomb it, that means I can build up another blood punch, which would be helpful. So I'm going to turn off no target. PB SSG rotation. Very important that you keep both blood punches if you get that. Deal with the turret. 2 Cybermechs. Deal with them PB rocket SSG combo. Mancubus spawns behind. Deal with that. And kill these 2 fodder. These 2 fodder are actually a requirement to clear this encounter, so make sure you kill them. Afterwards, Ballista Boost and you're out of here. You can just double jump and dash onto this wall. You can also Ballista Boost up here. It's a bit more consistent. So yeah, if you're inclined. Okay, we're on a meat hook point here. You need to weapon swap off this meat hook to conserve a lot of your momentum until we get to the Bloodmaker phase. All right, I'm going to turn on no target real quick because I'm going to explain Bloodmaker manipulations. So these Bloodmakers, they have a power attack where their eyes flash green and then you headshot them and they're dead. But typically it takes a while. You need to make sure you get the AI pattern. What we do is we stand in specific spots to manipulate their AI to give us the green flash faster than they would normally. So here's this one I use. I know some runners use some other ones, but here's what I do. You want to like just dig your head into this bushes for the first one. Afterwards, you get into this corner between the orange wall and this. Get into this corner between the orange wall and this. And then you get back over here because there's 4 Bloodmakers in total. So it's leaves, corner, other corner, back to the first corner. All right. Let me load checkpoint and I'll show you this in action. So head in the leaves. Dead. During this whole phase, there's also some Prowlers that you want to kill. Just shoot them while you're sitting in the manipulation spots, waiting for the... This manipulation spot is definitely the most janky out of all 3 of them, so if it doesn't work, don't be too surprised. Boop. And they're dead. Okay, this Bloodmaker sometimes glitches into the orange barrier. When that happens, just use sticky bombs or rockets, basically explosives, trying to deal as much damage as possible and trying to aim at their skin that's peeking through the orange barrier. Clean up the fodder here. I didn't grab ammo from the Bloodmaker. One thing to note, make sure you go over one of the Bloodmaker's corpses. I usually do the last one, and to pick up ammo because they do refill your ammo when you successfully headshot them. So I'm going to do that real quick, and plus y'all get to see the manipulation spots one more time. In the bushes. Corner. Other corner. And damn, they're dead. Congratulations. After you pick up the ammo, Ballista Boost out. Charge up a Destroyer Blade because a tentacle shows up. Destroyer Blade, PB. And now we're in the final encounter of this level. Woo. So first thing you want to do, kill this Arachnotron after the tentacle. This Baron spawns in. What I like doing is I like ice bombing and slobbing this to death. After you get the 3rd lock-on burst, you want to immediately hammer. Then PB SSG rotation this Baron till it's dead. You can actually PB punch cancel if you do this enough. Now, if I turn on no target for a bit, there's this last Arachnotron that will jump down. Slob this, and then you're on your way out of here. Typically what I do is I also pick up this Ballista ammo on the way out, because we will need it for a trick called the 3-second time save. I'm going to load checkpoint just so that y'all can see that in action without me cheating. One, two, three. Slob. Picking up this ammo on the way out. And if you're gonna do this next strat called the 3-second time save, you gotta swap to Arbalest because it requires it. Okay, we're gonna get cut speed the same way I did in that previous portal. Hold W, dash, skip the cutscene by holding R, then hold on to W again, holding your macro, and you should be able to conserve B-hop. So if you do this properly, bam, cut speed. This strat I'm going to tell you is the 3-second time save. What you want to do is you want to get on top of this, somewhat center, is not too precise. I look at this marker right here. So like this little mark here, you see this little bulb section of it, just aim right at it, bring out your ballista, hold the S key. We're kind of back in a corner, we're kind of on the edge of this little rock. What we're going to do is we're going to redirect our aim towards near the center of the rock. We're going to dash, and we're going to do what's called a pause boost. I'm going to do it first, and then I'll explain it later, because I think it's easier. It's kind of abstract if you don't see it first. So here we go. Oh, speaking of it, I didn't get that dash boost. Okay, I'm gonna pause, swap mods, and bam, we did it. We completely skipped all the parkour section, and as the name suggests, done optimally, the strat saves 5 seconds. 5 seconds. So if you don't want to learn a pause boost, feel free to go through the track normally. I'll show you how you do that in the speedrun as well. But it's cool as hell, and this is one of 2 spots in an entire base campaign, tag 1 and tag 2, where it's applicable. So yeah, that's awesome. So what the frick did I just do there? Let me explain a little bit. I'll load checkpoints so I have some ballista ammo. Boop. So this game, when you fire an arbalist, triggers a state with your ballista to where if you swap mods in the menu, you'll fire an extra ballista shot. And as you can imagine, ballista sends you a bit backwards. So every time you fire a shot, you gain a little bit more and more momentum from that ballista to where you get sent all the way up there. I'm going to show you specifically how I do it. I'd recommend watching my input display, as you can see how I'm pulling off this trick. So center, there. Sometimes you fall off, that's fine. When you fall off the horse, just get back up. So I fired, I immediately hit tab to open the menu. I go to Arsenal, select the ballista with my mouse, then I hover it over with my mouse. In very quick succession, I'm gonna hit X, space, and tab. X to select the weapon mod, space to close the menu, tab to open the menu again. So if I do that, and then bam, it's nearly instantaneous. You get like only a frame or so. Then you do the same thing, do the same thing, do the same thing. And on the 3rd time you get to Destroyer Blade, that's all you need. Then you just do that, X space, bam. If you're not getting too much height, you do have enough room to ballista boost after the pause boost to gain that little bit of extra hype. I recommend doing that just regardless to guarantee that you'll always make it. And then that's how you skip that section. Cool. But say you don't want to do pause boosts. What the frick do you do otherwise? So here's what you do. I'm going to show you the casual way, and then I'll show you like the intermediate strat if that's the advanced strat. So what you want to do is you want to get here, immediately go here, meat hook, ballista boost up. You'd make it to this button, double dash over here, keep shooting these buttons, shoot this button, ballista boost your way through the portal.
This isn't a crystal at all. It's a ship.
There you go. Here, let me load. Actually, can I make my way down? Making my way downtown. Walk in fast. Faces past. Can I load checkpoint? Thank you. Maybe that'll set me back there. If not, I'll just no clip to show you the other trick. Okay, I guess I got a no clip. The intermediate strat is actually at this button. We can actually kind of do like a pause boost sort of thing, but we're going to do what's called a called boost or a punch boost. What you want to do is you want to line up about here. You want to aim towards about this button right here. You want to hit E and forward at the same time. Sometimes it's a bit tricky. And you can see there how you can gain height. You can actually gain enough height to get up here. It's actually as easy as just looking in that general direction and spamming punch till you get it. This saves time over the regular parkour, but not much. Bless the 3-second time save is technically more than this one. So if you want to do this because it's swag points and you want to show off, go right ahead.
I have the location. The gate of DOOM.
And you grab this codex and this crystal, and you're out of here. Congratulations. Then go through the portal and you're done. Hit Q and E to verify that you got everything, and then hit space to continue. And that's the first level. What? Only took an hour. First level is definitely the most complex level. Don't expect these two to take too much. All right. Let us show you how Reclaimed Earth it goes. So first things first, swap to your Ballista boost. There's a codex right here you want to pick up. Chain a B-hop all the way to where we start here. Cursed Prowler, just SSG it. Make sure you meat hook onto it because it gives you blood punch from Armor for Blood. We're gonna need that. Charge up a Destroyer Blade. Kill all these fodder and this Hell Knight, and oh, well, what do you know? There's a Baron. Ice Bomb it. Feel free to swap in a Punch Cancel, just for extra flair. It's actually not too complicated of an arena, so I won't bother showing you that. Again, just do that in that order. It is important how we have Blood Punch, though. We're going to set up a strat here to where we Ballista Boost over here, and we double jump, Ballista Boost, double dash, and bam. We hit that punchable wall. Now, if you don't like doing that, go the casual way, go through the building, up the staircase. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't lose that much time, only a couple seconds. All right, this is the most complicated encounter in this level, and I'll show you what you mean. A lot of these phases are dependent on trigger demons as well, but we have some work we got to do while we're fighting the trigger demons. So this Cybermech, not required to spawn in the next wave. Here's what I do. PB, rocket it. Right in the face. It'll take a bit of damage. Next thing you want to do, lock on this Hell Knight. Lock on this Kako. Those are the trigger demons. Get another precision bolt shot, and then blood punch. While the next wave is spawning in, we are glory killing the Cybermech in order to charge Hammer. It's literally free. Afterwards, we get in a Whiplash and Cursed Prowler wave. Note, a lot of these spawns in this encounter are random. So sometimes you do a setup for a D-Blade and there's not any enemies there. That will happen. That's perfectly fine. The most consistent method I found is after you get this glory kill is to drop down here, charge a Destroyer Blade, and your goal is to kill 2 Whiplashes and the Cursed Prowler. Fun little side note, if you ever get hit by the Cursed Prowler, you have to chase down and blood punch it. If you do that during a speed run, you're legally required to say, this run is cursed, and then move on. So, hypothetically, let's say I get that. 2 Whiplashes and Cursed Prowler is dead. You can tell if you get 2 Whiplashes because the next wave will spawn in, which is the Tyrants. But while they're spawning in, chainsaw this Pain Elemental. And because the Pain Elemental hangs out around here and that's where it spawns, this puts us in a good location right by this Tyrant to set up a Destroyer Blade. What we want to do is hit both Tyrants with it. Oh, hi, how you doing, buddy? After we do that, we want to just throw grenades at this Tyrant's feet and then alpha rotation it until it is dead. That spawns in the final wave, which is 2 Barons on top of everything else. Now, this is the strat in this encounter. It's called Destroyer Blade Everything to Death lol. After you finish this, you want to typically find some low grounds, And you want to just start destroyer blading everything. These two tyrants, any heavies that caught up in the crossfire, destroyer blade it all. Keep going. Typically what I do is I start off with an ice bomb on the tyrant, as that's consistent, then aim, trying to get as much collateral damage while hitting the tyrant as I can. Then, after the ice bomb runs out, do a hammer, rinse and repeat. Grab this hammer, get over here, change sides. Everything here is programmed to chase you down, like the Barons, the Dread Knights, so it's best to change up your position a little bit. So I would say get over here, hammer on your way, rinse and repeat the destroyer blade. After 3 destroyer blades, mostly everything should be dead, or it's very low to where you can finish it off with an SSG shot, a rocket shot, etc. And that's that whole encounter. One thing I am missing, there is a Mancubus that spawns here when you finish it. So let me show you a demonstration of how to do this encounter. I'll play through it once. As a quick note, a lot of the spawns here are RNG. The Baron spawns are RNG, Dread Knight spawns, Whiplash spawns, Cursed Prowler spawns. So I recommend, if you're doing this in your own and you're prepping for a run, play through this encounter literally like 10, 12 times in a row. Make sure you're keeping track of, you know, your method, what you're doing, what seems consistent, and you'll eventually get used to where things can spawn from. Cool, 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 cool. So, boop, boop. That's the casual way. It just spawns you there on a checkpoint. I am held up on geometry. Oh. I guess one of my precision bolt shots missed. I thought I hit both. But, okay, it's fine. We'll rewind it. You didn't see that. Man, this game doesn't like me today. Destroyer blade. That Cursed Prowler trolled me by teleporting. Where's this Cursed Prowler going? Sometimes this Cursed Prowler likes to play around a little bit, as you can see. Still make your way over here. And deal with this. Oh, hi there, Dread Knight. Here I'm changing up locations a little bit. After 3D blades, typically I just start alpha rotationing things. Carcass, last Mancubus, and the Gargoyle. Very important. Before you leave this encounter, pick up this chainsaw. You'll need it for our chainsaw routing. So typically after you're done destroyer blading anything, just mantle here, grab the chainsaw, deal with the Manc, and you'll be on your way. We're going to do a platforming skip here to where we're gonna ballista boost, 180 boost after that, and bam, we've skipped this whole platforming section right here. You can take the platforming section, but it is slower, but that is a valid option. All right, moving on. Charge up a destroyer blade. We're gonna do a cutscene skip here, and actually it requires a bit of precise damage. I'm gonna turn on no target. So destroyer blade, PB shot that the Mancubus in the arm cannon because when a weak point's destroyed, it's staggered, and you don't want to get shot directly in the face by a Mancubus. Meat hook off those little fodder, and very important here, you want to, after you get to the top of this train, precision bolt ballista this Mancubus, and at the same time, it will boost you up here, and you will, and as soon as you get onto this platform, jump. And you will be set up for this cutscene skip. I'll show you exactly how it looks. Like that. Here, you stack 2 cutscenes on top of each other.
Stored. You should be able to continue towards the gate now. You'll need to find a way to activate
Okay, let me,
this part of the city.
Can I load checkpoint to re-demonstrate that? Is that possible? Or is that the one and done? Ah, well, you're lucky I got it because that's exactly what you want to do. Of course, it'll be different when it's moving, but the principle is still the same. Cool, cool. Let us move on to the next arena. There's riot soldiers. Just send a rocket right behind each and every one of them. We're going to do another Bloodmaker manipulation. This manipulation is we want to have them to trigger a ground attack. When they trigger a ground attack, they'll dash back and then typically open up their eyes immediately after. Bam. It's way more consistent than waiting for them to give you good RNG, so we do it every time there. So hit this little train car, get on this monkey bar, ballista boost, do another boost, B-hop, bam. And you skipped a movement puzzle. Congratulations. After you're up here, do another ballista boost and go down to the escalation encounter, to where we'll get to more optimized combat. Here, we have a cool little strat. I'm going to turn on no target for the first little bit just to show you around. There's 2 Mancubis that spawn, one here, one in this corner. You want to deal with these Mancubi first. Just deal with this one, SSG it in the head. Same thing here. This whole time, while you're doing that, there's a Dread Knight somewhere floating around here. Here's where they're spawned. This Dread Knight spawn is random. How we deal with this Dread Knight is we deal with the 2 Mancubi first, and by that time, the Dread Knight usually finds you because it's chasing you down. So make sure you kill the Dread Knight. I just use a lock-on and a grenade or whatever. And then this whole spawns, all these spawns are RNG actually. Revenant, Cursed Prowler, whatever else is in this wave. I don't know what's in this wave. We BFG this encounter. So what we do is we stand on this spot right here and we fire a BFG. When we do that, we do something called the spawn block, which blocks the Marauder from spawning. Just to give you proof that a Marauder spawns here, gotta fire a BFG. Marauder spawns. I'm going to load checkpoint and I'm going to demonstrate to you this encounter. And pay attention to where I stand, and you'll see how that Marauder just doesn't spawn. So, boop, boop. Oh, hi there. So, right here. Oh god, this run's cursed. So yeah, don't get hit by a Cursed Prowler. Sometimes that can happen. You gotta be aware of your surroundings a little bit, and sometimes it can just sneak up on you. I'm messing up my tutorial. This tutorial is cursed. Boop. Let me try it again to see if I can get the demonstration purposes off. So stand here. You want to make sure you're right over this crack. Congratulations! End of encounter. This spot isn't too precise to block this spawn. You want to get about right on this, anywhere on this like dark little crack. You don't even have to wait here until the encounter ends. You just wait a couple seconds. Wait till the BFG's a bit further and then you can dash away. Congratulations. You finished the first escalation encounter. Let's go on to number 2. I'm going to turn on no target real quick. Okay. First wave. We want to kill this Arachnotron, this Pinky, and this Arachnotron. We picked up 3 chainsaws from the previous arena in total. Well, we should have 3 chainsaws total. So what we should do is Destroyer Blade. I like tossing a grenade after that Destroyer Blade. Make sure that Arachnotron dies. Do a Blood Punch. You should have one at this point. If not, grenade, sneak behind it, do whatever you got to do. And then right here, you want a chainsaw. But actually, you want to wait a couple seconds before you do this chainsaw. And that's because of this little thing here called Blood Fueled. Turns out, if you BFG while Blood Fueled is ending, your game is likely to BFG crash. So, you know, don't do it. Just don't do it. So what we got to do is we got to time the spawns of the enemy so that we can BFG everything while not firing a BFG while Blood Fueled is ending. So wait a couple seconds, this Pain Elemental will spawn, but what I do is I count in my head, just go very quickly, 1, 2, chainsaw, then immediately grab this BFG, go over here and fire it. And I fired it way before Blood Fueled ended. Now what you're gonna do here, as soon as you fire that BFG, this Cursed Prowler spawn, 100% consistent, ballista it in the body, get a free glory kill. because that's just free blood punch right there. We literally have to wait for a spawn, so getting a free blood punch, that's exactly what you want to do. And then we want to deal with this Archvile next. This Archvile spawn, RNG. It can spawn in a lot of places. It can spawn here, 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 in that corner, in that corner, in that corner, in that corner. It can spawn everywhere, okay, is what I'm saying. So you'll have, usually what I do is I get up here, I listen for its spawn location. Archvile has an audio cue where you can just hear the screech. And you can also see it from most of the spawns from this angle. After that, you want to go after this Archvile, Ice Bomb it, and then just SSG PB rotation it. Cursed Hell Knight spawns as soon as that Archvile's dead, so make your way over here. I do a grenade and a slob. That puts it right into glory kill state. If you're low on health, get that glory kill. If not, just shoot it. Then deal with the spirit. Next wave is actually the is 2 Spectres, 2 Cacodemons. Their spawns are RNG a little bit. Caco spawn there, but they are there's some variation in there. What you want to do is you want to kill these Spectres and Cacodemons as fast as possible. 4 demons dead triggers the final wave. 4 demons dead, including gargoyles. So if you see a free gargoyle, just shoot it, because that makes the next wave spawn in a bit faster. So, hypothetically, let's say I deal with them. Boop, 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 boop. The next and final wave is Doom Hunter, Marauder, and 2 Riot Soldiers. These spawns, except the Riot Soldiers, are RNG as well. So you want to completely avoid, or excuse me, you want to try to find these 2 super heavies immediately. If you don't know where they are, I usually go after the Riot Soldiers. They need to die by the end of the encounter. So by the time I kill them, the Marauder will typically find me, and I typically know where the Doom Hunter is just because it'll make a audio cue and you can echolocate it like a bat. So first consistent Riot Soldier spawn is right here. I then go over here, and the next Riot Soldier spawns. Where is it actually? It spawns up here, but it didn't spawn for some reason. Doom is Doom. Afterwards, you want to deal with the Doom Hunter and the Marauder. Doesn't have to be afterwards, actually. It could be any time during this phase. To kill the Marauder, we're going to hammer it, because hammer extends that stun window, so we can easily one-cycle it. So if I turn off, no target. Bam. And it's dead. Congratulations. Deal with the Doom Hunter, clear up the fodder, and you're done. Here, I will load checkpoint, and we can do this from the beginning. Okay, so like we said, blood punch, 1, 2, chainsaw, BFG. Everything's dead. Cursed Prowler, dead. Archvile spawn. Okay, come on. I was spamming V, but the hammer didn't come out. I think that's maybe because I accidentally hit chainsaw. If you fail this, don't worry. There's a spare hammer up here you can use for that Marauder as well. Just grab this, and then you can do that. So if you want to, you can actually use a hammer somewhere else in these encounters. The dog's on top of me. This is a great game. Blood punch. Deal with that. Make sure to spend only 1 blood punch there. You are going to need blood punches for the next few encounters. Cool, we're done. Afterwards, you want to go down here, charge up a D-blade, fire it over here. You just finish a wave. What I like doing is ice bombing and hammering, get a bunch of health. You typically get a blood punch out of that. If you don't, you can get a backup glory kill on one of these Mancubi. Excuse me, I forgot my own glory kill setup, actually. Regardless, you can do something like that. Oh. Not really that difficult of an encounter. Oh, my glory kill setup is the hammer, SSG, PB twice. That typically is a consistent glory kill setup for those mechs if you need the second blood punch. You want 2 blood punches going into the next encounter because we deal with a cursed pinky. Spoiler. So we want to make sure to have as many blood punches as possible to deal with that thing. So do some ballista boost. It's just some simple ballista boost movement, making sure to time your dashes one after the other while in the water, and you just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. All right, next encounter. Relatively simple. You want to get out your grenades, charge a D-blade, fire 2 grenades, bring up your energy shield, blood punch this pinky twice, deal with the soldier, and shield bash this stone imp. That's basically what you want to do. You want 2 blood punches just to make sure that pinky can do nothing to you. Because trust me, that pinky is undealt with. It's a run killer. That pinky deals a lot of damage way too quickly. All right, let's get out of here. So dash, get a cut speed. I didn't get the cut speed, but imagine I did. Wow, so good. You want to pick up this BFG and this codex to where we're going to now skip this encounter. Now, normally, you may be asking, oh, this is a combat. We should do this. Actually, you can just skip this casually if you know exactly where to go. So us doing a skip here kind of just doesn't affect from the experience. Because normally, you hit this button, which I can use it right now. This encounter is over, and the path to the next area is opened. We're just going to skip hitting that button by doing a simple trick. Oh, no target is on, by the way, just so I don't get shot at while I explain this. What you want to do is meat hook, jump, and ballista up to here. Afterwards, you want to go up to here, ballista boost backwards, get over to here. And you'll hit the despawn trigger. All our frenemies are dead. Unfortunate. Okay, moving on to the next little phase. Whew. I hope you like combat optimization because we got more of it. 2 whiplashes and this bloodmaker. Spawns are perfectly consistent. Lock on both the whiplashes. By this time, the bloodmaker should open up. I'm going to turn off no target so that I can simulate that. Okay, after that's dead, what you want to do is immediately... I think I accidentally hit kill AI. That's my bad, people. Here, I'll load checkpoint, and I'll show you how this counter goes. So it's the whiplashes, bloodmaker, a Dread Knight, and a Cyber Manc then spawn. You want to deal with the Dread Knight first, because killing the Dread Knight makes the next wave spawn in. And then deal with the Mancubus, and then deal with the final wave. I'll kind of explain my thought process as I do it. So bam, grab this, grab BFG. Boop. Grab this chainsaw. You'll need it. I typically stand here waiting for the Dread Knight because you can see most of its spawn locations from here. See, like, I guess I just barely missed it behind a corner, but it found me, so that's fine. Slob this Cybermanc to death. If you have a blood punch, you can use the blood punch combo. Then afterwards, you want to just start dealing with things. I usually stand in the center platform, wait for this guy to meet me, and then I'll hammer it as soon as they open up. Sometimes they don't stagger from that. I don't get why, but they do. They don't. Should mention, this final wave of the Armored Baron and all the Riot Soldiers and whatnot, spawns are completely random. So that's why I stand in the central location so that I can see where a lot of the spawns are, so I can rock it and kill things with energy shield, hammer, as necessary. As soon as you think you're done, get on your nearest jump pad out of here. I like using this jump pad, and then I can just set up a ballista boost to continue a B-hop chain and get out of here. Because of the RG nature, you may be finishing this encounter in several different areas. You may finish it up here. In that case, you take this, and then you just continue onwards. If you finish it down here, the fastest way is actually going through this portal, and then out of there. And if for some reason, if you find yourself down here, you can just make your way out by, you know, using that jump pad as well. Combat, or I guess movement. This is where we're gonna have some movement. Just do a B-hop chain there, get a meat hook off here. No need to weapon wheel. Ideally swap weapons so you can serve all that speed. There's that Riot Soldier, this Hell Knight. Fun fact, this Riot Soldier sometimes doesn't spawn because this zombie will spawn block him. Moving on. We just picked up a chainsaw in the last encounter. We're gonna need it. So Ballista Boost here. Grenade, chainsaw this Cybermech. So we killed that Riot Soldier, and luckily this zombie will still be alive, hopefully, to where then you can just meat hook off it and conserve all your speed and then just get out of here. Bam, you're zooming. Break this door, grab this BFG ammo, do a wall bash here. Grab this platform. Very important, actually, that you touch this platform, because if you don't, this door won't open. There's a trigger tied specifically to this platform, making sure you touched it before you go in there. So after that, meat hook over here, charge a D-blade on your way in, ice bomb, and destroyer blade to kill everything. You should hit both the Spectre Whiplashes and the Hell Knight with that. Afterwards, this next Hell Knight spawn is RNG. Just rocket it, SSG PB it, whatever you need to do in order to kill it, and depending on how close it is. Further away, try to lock on. If it's close, try to SSG PB it. And woohoo, we're done. Afterwards, just Ballista Boost out of here. I like doing 2. And then squeeze your way into this door in front of this Kako. Be cautious of this Kako, it will kill you. Get on to the final combat arena of Reclaimed Earth. Whew. There's going to be this, I said combat optimization. This arena is definitely combat optimized, but there's a lot of RNG too, which makes it a fun encounter every time, because you kind of, it's the same, but there's variation. You have the same goals, but you need to like know the spawns and whatnot. Here, I'm going to turn on no target. I'll explain what your goal is before everything spawns in. You want to get a glory kill and a chainsaw. Ideally, you would have Blood Punch here, but you don't always, but it's a free glory kill. It's a free chainsaw. So grab that, and then also grab the hammer. Priority number 1 of this first phase. Locate the Doom Hunter. There's a Doom Hunter that spawns here. It spawned in this location. We need to kill the Doom Hunter and the Hell Knight to progress. But its location is random. It can spawn practically anywhere. Here, 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 and of course underneath on this. Like I said, it can spawn anywhere. You'll just have to locate it, listen to audio cues. You'll be able to determine where it is approximately a lot of the time. So just deal with this. I like stunning this Doom Hunter. Just fire grenades at its feet, PB until it's dead, lock on, kill the Hell Knight. Next wave. Your priority number 1 for this wave. Kill the Cursed Prowler. The Cursed Prowler spawns, it always spawns somewhere not in your vision. So if you can't see it from your current location, it's not spawned there. Like right here, it spawned right above me. You want to kill this. Typically, you're at this from range. SSG it or PB Ballista. Killing this Cursed Prowler spawns in the Baron. Right here. So priority number 2 in this wave. Finds the next Doom Hunter. After you find the Doom Hunter, just stun it. If you have an Ice Bomb or whatever stun you haven't used yet, just whip it at it. So, like right here, I'll just do this. Deal with this. At some points, you have a hammer, you have grenades, you have Ice Bomb. Use it all during these 2 phases. Whatever stun you have, take down the first wave and the second wave using as many stuns. So like I used grenades on that first Doom Hunter, Ice Bomb on this Doom Hunter, and now I'll use hammer on this Baron to kill it. I want to check rocket count. If you have less than 9 rockets, get a chainsaw immediately after killing that Baron. Because priority number 1 in this next wave is the possessed Mancubus that spawns in right here. It's consistent location every time. What I do is you want to just slob this to death. 3 lock-on slobs is all it takes. And with maybe a little bit of cleanup. The Spirit, you don't have to worry about it. It doesn't possess anything else. like a speedrunner, it doesn't like social interaction, so it will just disappear when its friend is gone. Afterwards, last wave, Archvile spawns in, I get in this corner, and I BFG to finish off the whole encounter. You will have to clean up the Archvile sometimes, because it doesn't like dying to the BFG always, but that's how it goes. Whew. Combat optimization. Let me show you how we do this in real time. Oh, chainsaw. Thank you. I just missed my platforming. You can kill the Hell Knight if it's if it's just around you. You do need to kill it eventually. Where is this Doom Hunter? Hi there, Doom Hunter. Oh, there's the cursed Prowler. Gonna hammer to stun both these people. I typically didn't need a chainsaw there, but that's a habit you build up when running this. Slob this Manc to death. Get into this corner, wait for a spawn, fire the BFG. The last tendril is where the Archvile is. So when you see that BFG, everything disappears except for one tendril. That's the Archvile's location. And then you go to there, and you're done with this. You're done with Reclaimed Earth. Congratulations. Make your way to the end. Do a wall bash here, if you can do it. Grab this token, and you are off to Amora, the last level. Very quickly, people. I've actually, we've been live for a while. I need to take a quick bathroom break, people. Enjoy the ambient music. I'll be right back. Apologies, people, but I am back. Amora. Oh, Amora. If you ever run this in UN, just know that we call this Softlock City. There's a lot of softlocks. Some of them are rare. One of them recently got a way to tell if you're softlocked early, though. So, I'll be explaining all that. So first things first, you want to basically just ballista boost. Bam. Get your way to this jump pad. Make sure you don't waste your double jump. Get off this jump pad, aim at this portal, ballista boost twice, 180 boost right after. Then grab that codex, keep ballista boosting, and hook out of there. It's just that simple, right? You probably will need to practice that. That movement is a bit tight. Like, we literally can only boost twice in the beginning because otherwise you'll hit your head. So you have to, like, go under invisible wall and then keep boosting. We're on to the Escalation Encounter. All right, I'm going to turn on no target, and I'll explain approximately what you need to do. So first things first, you have a bit of Destroyer Blade ammo. Charge it up, I recommend, and then finding immediately one of these heavies, like this Revenant. Just kill it. Next priority after you, like, get that initial kill is you want to find a Maker Drone at some point, just to refill on ammo and get Blood Punch. There are 2 Revs that spawn, 2 Dread Knights, all of which have random spawns. So that's why you just kind of got to play this by ear, charge a Destroyer Blade every once in a while, look around corners, fire it when you see it. Like, oh, there's 2 Dread Knights here. Bam. Bam. Dead. Also, lock-on is your best friend here in this case, because then you can just lock on that to death. After you kill all 4 of them, next phase is Doom Hunters and Whiplashes. Initially, just completely ignore the Whiplashes. Just ignore them. You go after these Doom Hunters, and if you have a Blood Punch from killing the Maker Drone, Blood Punch, SSG, grenade at their feet, lock on, dead. The second Doom Hunter spawns in. You want to go after that Doom Hunter. Blood Punch, SSG, grenade at their feet, kill them, dead. Now, after you killed both Doom Hunters, you want to kill the Whiplashes. Just try to find where they're located. They'll typically come to you somewhat, but because I'm using no target, it's a bit hard to find them. Lock-on or Ballista, BB Ballista kills them. You don't have to worry too much about ammo routing here because there are Maker Drones everywhere. You can refill ammo by the time you leave both these Escalation Encounters. Sometimes the third Whiplash spawns. Just get after it. After you kill enough Whiplashes. The last and final wave will spawn in. 2 Barons. RNG spawns where the Barons spawn. 2 Cacos. These Cacos are actually consistent spawns. So, what I like doing is I like charging up a D-Blade. You can sometimes hit that Caco and these 2 Cacos with 1 D-Blade. Don't recommend it though. It's inconsistent. I haven't found a good lineup for it. What I like doing is I just like charging a D-Blade somewhere in this area. Try to hit the first thing I see. If it's a Baron or if it's a Caco. The Caco consistently spawns there, so I try to get a 2-for-1 special maybe. But otherwise than that, what you want to do is you want to use every stun at your disposal at this point to deal with these Barons. So typically, Ice Bomb. If you have Ice Bomb, fire it at the first Baron you see. Alpha rotation it until it's dead. Move on to the next thing. Of course, shooting Maker Drones as you go. As soon as everything's dead, congratulations, Escalation Encounter is over. One note, it is fast. If you're running Classic or Nightmare and you're not doing no reload strats, you actually want to use your BFG here. Use your BFG after you deal damage to the Barons. I recommend doing a slob on each Baron and then BFGing in the sky. That will clear out this encounter and finish it. We need that BFG for UN later in the level. And that has to deal with reload and spawn limit shenanigans. So let me show you how to do this encounter. I'll just talk out through my thought process what's going on in my head. Destroyer Blade charging. I see this thing spawned in. Boom. Dead. Rev. I see a Blood Maker, or excuse me, a Maker Drone. I'm just locking on things to death, killing everything. Doom Hunter, 1. Grenade at feet, lock on. Next Doom Hunter. Sometimes what I like doing is I like charging up a Destroyer Blade so I can hit the Doom Hunter and a Whiplash. That's a fancy strat. By fancy, I mean it looks cool. So after everything up, another Whiplash. One more Whiplash. I haven't quite figured out this arena yet. Sometimes when you kill 2 Whiplashes, the next wave spawns in, but other times you have to kill all 4 Whiplashes that spawn. I don't know why that happens. So like I said, use any stun, including Blood Punch. Blood Punch does falter any demon you hit with it, so use Blood Punch to your advantage in this encounter. Blood Punch those Barons, kill them. And then just finish everything off. Congratulations. You're done.
You'll need to get over those walls to continue the assault.
Alright, next encounter. I'm going to turn on no target again for demonstration. If you haven't picked up this BFG in the previous encounter, scoop in to pick it up. First things you got to do is this Mecha Baron. Just wait for it to open you up. I like slopping it to death. Just use any stun, grenades, ice bomb. Next thing that comes in is this Baron. I typically like charging a D-Blade because the Baron spawn is RNG. It can round a corner, and then when it's out of your vision, you can just spend that time charging a Destroyer Blade. But sometimes you don't need to. After you kill it, just, again, deal with it as fast as you can. I like to just SSG punch swap it. You can also use your hammer here if the situation gets hairy, because this is a complicated encounter. There's a lot of demons during these phases. Using your hammer to get out of bad situations is perfectly fine. Wait a couple seconds. 2, 1. Fire a BFG. This Marauder spawns in during the BFG after you wait a couple seconds. It's going to take damage from it. Ideally, the Marauder dies. It doesn't always happen. If it doesn't, just wait here. I do the slob cycle when it works. Otherwise, just finish it any way you can. Try and... Okay. That Marauder took no damage from the BFG. Okay, after you finish this, there's 2 tyrants that spawn in. What you want to do is I like saving hammer for the first tyrant. But if you don't have your hammer from the first tyrant, use any other stun you have at your disposal. Grenades, ice bomb, etc. Just make sure you always have like a stun. So here. Hammer. Boop. Go over here. I ballista boost off this pad to grab this. And what I like doing is slobbing this last tyrant. But if you don't have enough for slob, there's literally shotgun ammo right at their feet. So you can pick up that shotgun ammo and then continue on through the wave. Okay, well, then you're supposed to hammer that last Marauder so that you can single cycle it and then be on your way after you clear up fodder. That's the end of the encounter. Again, I'll do this from the very beginning.
You'll need to get over those walls.
Okay.
To continue the assault.
I pick up this BFG. Take a free maker drone while I'm at it. Three, 2, 1. Oh. He dies. What a good Marauder. Hammer. Get this hammer. Hi, Marauder. And then you hammer this last Marauder, and you are done with this encounter. Clean up everything. And you are done. You can get cut speed out of this cutscene, by the way. Recommends going for it. If not, just ballista boost your way out of here. Here's the next little bit of movement. You actually want to move here. You want to hook off of this Terminator right here. And then that puts you right there. You're able, if you're good, you're able to chain your B-hop all the way up these, all the way up this ramp. If you don't get it, don't worry. Just continue and move on. There's this Hell Knight. Rocket it to death. Or moving on to the next encounter. So just charge up a Destroyer Blade. 1 Hell Knight, 2 Hell Knight. Now there's the carcass to our left we're gonna get. And then do a slob on the last Mancubus. And you're out of here already. We have a lot of short combat encounters, so I won't spend much time on them. Just do what I do there. So on our way to this next arena, swap to Arbalist. Get in this corner, wait for this Arachnotron to spawn. Start charging Arbalist. You deal with these 2 Pain Elementals, which is just Arbalist, Arbalist, PB. Get a Chainsaw coming out of this encounter on the last Stone Imp. Swap back to Destroyer Blade and start moving. Boost out of here. Here's another small encounter. Throw a grenade behind these right shoulders and then also rocket behind them. And they're dead. Congratulations. Kill this Prowler. I call them Predators because they like turn invisible and seem to teleport. But after doing this, simple encounter. Hook off this meat hook. Charge a D-Blade. Carry that D-Blade through with a B-Hop and destroy both those turrets. You can follow that B-Hop chain to avoid purple goo entirely. And then I just use that. Destroy the turrets. Next thing we have is a Possessed Hell Knight. Slob it to death with a grenade. Then SSG that Baron to death. Pick up some ballista ammo if you need it, like I need it here. And you should be good to ballista boost up and continue the encounter. Grab this Codex, ballista boost your way out of here. All right, we're gonna do a meat hook off this Pain Elemental, get a bit to the left, shoot this target, snake your way in. It's important you go a little bit to the left there if you don't have enough FPS, because that section is horribly optimized. I'd recommend just using a little bit of weapon wheel. Okay, on to the next encounter. Double Marauder. I'm going to use a Marauder manipulation spot, similar to how Bloodmakers manipulate if you stand in a certain spot when they spawn. Marauders actually have the same property. It's when you're standing a certain distance away. So, I'm going to show that off, hopefully, here. Ballista boost over. Spot is right here. And one of my slob rockets missed, so that wasn't a 1 cycle. But here, I'll turn it off. They're going to be nice for a second. The spot is right here, like halfway on this little angled surface. Once you get to the halfway, they open up. You can immediately open up with a slob. If you're not too comfortable with slobbing, I'd recommend just standing here, wait for the opening of their green eyes, and then hammer them after you shoot them. No shame in that. Then afterwards, you grab this hammer, and you do the same thing with the other Marauder. Now, you can't do the slob twice because you don't have enough rockets typically, so hammer the second Marauder if you do the slob strat. After you deal with the Marauders, a Baron will spawn in, of which case you can just freeze the Baron, go to town, SSG punch swap it until it dies. And done optimally, this encounter is actually incredibly fast. Cool. And this guy's dead. And that's what I mean. Then you dash forward a little bit, get a ballista boost, and you continue onwards. Oh. Sometimes an imp spawns in, though, meaning you can't continue. Just kill the imp, and then you can move on your mighty way. Oh, no! I got one of the soft locks, actually. This is funny. This is good for demonstration purposes. Notice how there's a death plane every time I try moving on? That's a soft lock. There's unfortunately no way to tell this soft lock is happening, at least no way that we currently know. So what I recommend doing is, just completing the encounter, and if you realize there's soft lock, just load checkpoint, do it again. If you're on UN, unfortunately, you'll just have to Alt F4. Like I said, we don't know what causes this. It's just unfortunate. It's very rare, though. I'm surprised I got it, considering how rare it is. But hey, you get to see this encounter again. Okay, Imp needs to die. And you're out of here. Try to chain a B-hop, getting here, and go straight to that Arachnotron. If you can't get the B-hop, another valid option is yeet hooking off one of these dudes. One of these Amora troopers. And continuing. Kill this guy. If you're low on ammo, grab the ballista ammo here. And double boost over here. Here, there's this Baron that we have to deal with. Just stun it to death with a grenade, and then, you know, do to what we do to every Baron and just dominate it. We want to kill everything here except the Dread Knight. That triggers this cutscene. Hit the button. And now we will go over to our friends, the Doom Hunter. Kill the Doom Hunter, fire a BFG backwards. This is the UN strat. Every enemy we just passed doing that sick movement actually is still spawned in. And rather than going around killing everything, what you want to do is you want a BFG here. If you're running Nightmare or Classic, you don't have to do this because you can just reload checkpoint, but UN, you don't get that luxury. So as you see, as it's killing everything, yay, day is saved. Now we'll move on here. I like grenading a rocket to kill these things, because spawn limit is an issue here if you're running UN, so I recommend killing a lot. Like these guys. Like these are just free kills, just take them on your way up. And get out of here. Now, after you grab the hammer and the codex, you are on to the last really optimized combat encounter of the run. This encounter can also... Oh, hi there. You know what? I'll take the portal so these guys aren't bothering me. So, first things off, we check if we're soft locked. At the beginning of this encounter, 3 fodder spawn in. 2 gargoyles, 1 imps. If all 3 fodder do not spawn in, as in if there's a missing imp or a missing gargoyle, that's a sign you're soft lock. Immediately load checkpoint or Alt F4. If you aren't soft locked, great, you can continue. So here's what you do. So here, chainsaw, gargoyle. So, yep, all 3 fodder around. Charge a D-blade over here. So I have no target on. You want to get into this position, charge up a D-blade. You want to hit the Cursed Prowler and the Tyrant at the same time. That's why we get into this location. So here, I fire an ice bomb and immediately slob this Tyrant to death. Grab this BFG. Bam. Bloodmaker spawn. Bloodmaker's the next priority. Here, I'm going to turn on target just so that it can fire at me. Kill that. After we kill the Bloodmaker, the next phase spawns in, which includes that possessed Baron right here, and we have all the enemies from the previous phases alive. We don't want to deal with them all, and we want to deal with this Baron super fast, so we just fire a BFG straight in the air, and then slob this Baron to death. You can pick up this Mega Health if you want. Now, this last thing is a Mecha Baron should spawn right here. Just like last time, you want to get the Baron to open up to you. Don't want to use any Blood Punch or Hammer, should I say, during this fight. Make sure you don't. Just spam grenades or Ice Bomb until you finish it. And then once you're done, fire a BFG, finish the encounter. Bam. So let me load checkpoint, and I'll do that all in real time. Should go to mention that the Tyrant spawn is consistent, the Bloodmaker spawn is consistent, the Possessed Baron spawn is consistent, but the Mecha Baron at the end, that's inconsistent. Everything else is RNG. Or at least everything that you kill in this fight. Alright. Chainsaw. Go over here, charge the Destroyer Blade. Slob, slob. Could you come at me, bro? Now there should be a Mecha Baron spawning in somewhere. Oh, there you are. And Mecha Baron is dead. Fire a final BFG, and you're done. Arena cleared. All right. If you're running Classic or Nightmare, instead of using that BFG to protect spawn limit from earlier, you can also BFG here. But right now, the clear. What happens as soon as we grab that haste is stone imps are going to spawn in. 5 of them exactly. The clear condition for this counter is that every enemy is dead. There's normally about 25 imps, but if we kill all of them at once, congratulations, encounter finishes early. So our plan is to grab the haste, charge up a destroyer blade, and kill all of them with 1 blade. Typically what I do is I grab this and I B-hop all the way to the corner, look for a lineup, and I miss the lineup. If you miss it, it's fine. You can just get back into this corner, wait till every imp you think is in destroyer blade range, which isn't happening. Bam, like that. And you are done. These guys still spawn in, but you know, it's cool. Okay. And we're done with Amora. Woo! Last but not least, Dark Lord. Everyone's favorite boss fight, which totally isn't a Marauder. Totally is the most fun I've ever had in a game. And if the rest of the route wasn't so fun, I'd definitely reconsider running this. But this boss fight is a bit weird in a speedrun. A lot of it is RNG, waiting for him to open up to us. I'll show you how to do this first phase. Basically, you want to stand in the fun zone distance, which is about where you'll see me standing. He'll open up, SSG, PB him, SSG, then spam grenades and punch canceling at him until he is dead or breaks out a stun. So we're gonna do the same thing here. Second and third phase. There's a 1 cycle we can do here. This 1 cycle is very precise. Just look at exactly what I do. Important point, before he flashes, you SSG, Precision Bolt, Rocket, SSG him. Try to be as close to him as possible during that phase, because the closer you are, the more damage the Super Shotgun does, aka the more damage you'll have, so you'll have a greater window to pull off this 1 cycle. Come on. Okay, come on, dude. So that's what you got to do there. You SSG PB him 3 times in a row and throw a grenade. If done optimally, his health bar will be around the second tick from the right, after which you charge a lock-on and blood punch him. I'd say it's very important to know approximately where his health is before he breaks out a stun, so that you know when to set up the lock-on, kind of like I do. You can do this for both phases. By both phases, I mean both the second and third. Get 2 glory kills or grab the hammer as we try to do the 1 cycle again. Bam. It's just that easy. It's actually pretty hard. Once you get used to it, though, it is quite consistent. There are other 1 cycles to learn. I think they're a bit too hard, so I don't do them. However, I'll probably, in the YouTube video, I'll link the other setups down below, so you can check those out. But for now, it's the last 2 phases, which is basically a repeat of the first phase. You want to stay in the fun zone and do SSG, PB, SSG, and then just punch cancel him to death. Just like this, right after. There is a 1 hammer strategy if you're crazy enough. Oh, wait. One thing to note, sometimes after you punch him, you get hammer back for some reason. I don't know why that happens, but I can't tell. You want to check in the bottom right if you have hammer, so that means you don't have to get glory kills. I just, by, force of habit, always go for glory kills because it's pretty rare for me. But see, I got hammer. Oh! Good moment. If you're playing on UN, if he summons all 4 of these demons, it's actually really scary. I recommend dealing with them. Charge up a full D-blade and go to hit them. Okay, come on. That makes... So yeah, you want to charge a D-blade typically way faster than I. If you hit all of them die except the Tyrant. The Tyrant just needs an extra PB. If you're a bit low on health, there are pickups so that you can get back in the fight pretty quickly. If you're running on I'm Too Dumb to Die, you probably, or any percent, you probably don't need to worry about those things because they don't do enough damage. You can just focus on the Dark Lord. Get glory kills, get glory kills. Deal with these people. They get in the way sometimes. Punch cancel until it is done. Of course, getting glory kills to refill the hammer. Then get back in the fun zone as soon as possible. If you think you're going to take damage, feel free to bring out your energy shields. And timer ends as soon as you do that. As soon as you get him down to 0. And time. Bam. And that's approximately how the encounter goes. Whew. Well, hi people. That is all of Tag 2. Gone over in just over 2 hours. Yeah, I would love to see more runners for this. I think this is way fun, and people think I'm gonna say it, base game's overrated. If you really want to try to learn Doom Eternal speedrunning, recommend doing the DLCs. They're shorter runs, you can get more accustomed to. I think they're way more fun because you don't have to deal with Hell on Earth, you don't have to deal with Exultia, you don't have to deal with Cultist Base. You have your whole equipment from the beginning, so you can just focus on straight combat action and movement. Okay, come on, Doom guy. You should really just give the DLCs a try. You don't have to say no to me like that. Whew. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you. Any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'd be happy to answer it. Join the Modern Doom Speedrunning Discord so that if you have any questions, you can reach me or another runner and we could talk about the run, or we could talk about reroutes, or we can talk about how your day was. Thank you, everybody. I'm done. Tutorial's over. Let's raid somebody.